So now that we've talked about how easy Stampli is to implement with Sage, let's take a deeper dive into the next section here, which is unlocking the power of Sage 100 and Stampli together. So quickly here, I wanted to highlight some of the challenges that a lot of our customers come to Stampli and explain to us, right? And how Stampli addresses those pain points. So they might come to us with a time-consuming manual AP process. And what I mean by that is kind of what I alluded to towards the beginning of the presentation is, invoices can come in through, an email address, they can come in through snail mail, we can be chasing approvers, knocking on doors, using pieces of paper, scanning things into the system, right? AP can be hectic and very manual. And what Stampli can provide for you is a smart capturing in a centralized location for all of those invoices in a single screen in one platform. This next piece here is going to be filtering out the duplicates, right? Duplicate invoices can be a problem, especially when we're processing hundreds or thousands of invoices. So we have built-in AI and machine learning to identify patterns and duplicates in the coding, or and just overall in the invoices. I think I touched on this a little bit already, but again, we can have unorganized and siloed invoices and documents. What Stampli allows our customers to do is digitize and centralize all of those invoices, details, and any supporting documentation directly over the top of those invoices, and again, live in a single platform. So at any given time, leadership or our CFOs or our VPs out there that might need more visibility into the AP process and invoice status, we provide them with the ability to get a full picture of where their expenses are going via dashboards, reports, and advanced search functionality. They can get a glimpse into the full invoice lifecycle and even employee productivity to better manage employee workloads. I touched on this as well, but chasing down and tracking approvals. We have a lot of clients that come to us and say, hey, approvals are taking way too long. Typically what we see is about a 50 to 60% reduction in approval times if we are currently chasing down approvals manually, because we can auto notify approvers that action is needed and easily collaborate directly over that invoice page. Okay. So what we're seeing here is a preview of the Stampli dashboard. Right here, we're viewing the new invoices folder where all new invoices will be captured and stored within Stampli. So upon setup of your account, each customer is assigned a unique email address. So it could be, for example, mycompany@stampli.com. Now we do understand that most, if not all, organizations probably already have an AP email address set up. We understand that. So we will actually help you set up an auto forwarding rule to forward any invoices incoming into that folder to automatically be synced in real time with the Stampli inbox. So vendors can send their invoices to that email address and they'll be automatically available and easily accessible right here. So because we have such tight-knit integration, all the data needed to code the invoice that's in Sage is replicated in Stampli. So coders can easily see all the information and make sure they are coding that invoice correctly. Okay. So again, we have the built-in artificial intelligence and machine learning for AP processing. So over here on the right, we can see that our OCR technology was actually able to scan the document and fill in the header level information down, the header level information down here, like the invoice number, the vendor, invoice date, total, and the company code. And this is where our machine learning kicks in, is down here in your in the dimensions that you are coding by. So here we can see that our AI, aka Billy the bot, who will become your partner in crime when coding these invoices, has actually suggested to send this to the location for Boston. Now, Billy over time will begin to learn and suggest he'll begin to learn how you are coding your invoices and begin to suggest where and how we are coding each item here or dimension. He will also have the ability to notice duplicates instantly. So increase invoice approval confidence with Stampli. Something that I don't think is taken into consideration when we look at a lot of AP platforms is that the UI and the UX needs to be simple and easy to use, not just for the accounting team, right? It needs to be easy and straightforward for the approvers as well. And I really think that Stampli has accomplished that here. So we're able to easily route invoices to one or multiple approvers. There's no limit on that number, and you can ensure that the right people are able to review and approve these invoices. So if you have multiple approvers, it's one at a time for accountability. There's shared responsibility to make sure invoices that are being processed are correct and legit. So you can easily view past invoices and their invoices to compare this invoice to previous ones. We do support flexible and dynamic workflows as needed. And what I mean by that is our AI will actually learn who you are assigning to approve invoices and make suggestions accordingly. However, if we do have a larger organization that might have many locations or decentralized AP teams, we do offer what we call a fixed approval workflow, where you can route invoices based on different criteria. What we can see here in the middle is the communications, is the audit trail of the communications module, where you can actually view everything that's occurred or happened on the invoice since it was scanned into the system. So if someone had changed anything about the GL accounts, I could view the additional details of that change. I can see any updates. I can see all the approvals or questions or documents uploaded to support the invoice, all right here in a single screen. And those will live and be archived and saved directly over the top of that invoice within Stampli. So touching a little bit more on that, right? Is your invoice details and documentations all in one place? I can tab over here to attachments and see any attachments that may have been uploaded to this invoice. And everything needed to code, review, and approve that invoice is available directly on that invoice page.